This is Allegedly in Alberta, powered by Streamlabs Talkstudio with the Alberta Indigenous Alliance.
Good evening, it's Darrin Thompson, Alberta Indigenous Alliance. This is Allegedly in Alberta, episode 6, where we're talking book bans, censorship, and Indigenous updates and information. And joining me, as always, our co-host, NJ Mahikan. NJ, how are we doing this evening?
Dante, this is NJ from Samson Cree Nation, Treaty 6. Glad to be part of the show. Thank you for having me again, and I'm excited to get into this because there's a lot to uncover.
100%, a lot to uncover, and we're going back and forth here. I know we're going to be hopefully joined by some members of the Albertans United Against Censorship Facebook group. And while we wait for them, I think it is more important that we start with our top story, and that would be our missing young man in the Edmonton area. And you are involved in the search.
Yes, I am. This young man is actually a relative of mine. So for me, it's personal. We just went this past weekend, Saturday and Sunday, to scour the riverside banks where we were told to go. We have been looking. I am back home here in Red Deer for a couple of days, and I'm hoping to go back out there this weekend or the following week on Monday. This young man, 14 years old, he was last seen June 1st in the Kenora area of Edmonton. So since then, there has been a huge search party going out. People come from Manitoba, across Canada. Everyone has come to find this young man and bring him home. Unfortunately, it was switched from a search and rescue to now it's unfortunately a search and recovery. The mother of Samuel has received a lot of disturbing messages, videos, pictures of people saying this is what happened to this young man. It's horrendous. As an Indigenous person, I'm sitting here going like, he's 14 years old. What the fuck?
Yeah.
He should be in school right now. You know, he should be making mistakes, learning from them, learning from his mom and dad, learning from elders, learning from peers. You should be in school right now. And it's just, I'm appalled. And that's why this is very personal for me. I want to find him, do the best I can to at least help.
And
so anybody who sees us, please, on Facebook, Instagram, spread awareness. Let's get this young man back to his family.
And like you said, it's the finding is to give the peace to the family. We're hoping that he's found safe, of course. That's the wish. But with the information that keeps coming in and the time frame of the amount that he's been missing, it's everything you guys are doing, the crew is doing up there is tremendous and is very appreciated from everyone.
It's around the clock. We are now thinking of actually doing it so that there are shifts, so that no matter what, somebody's always looking, no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's nighttime, daytime, morning, evening, noon. At least there's a team out there looking still. So I mean, that's a good step forward. And again, Darrin, I apologize. This is very personal for me. Like I said, he's part of my family, so it's bitter. But yeah, we're doing the best we can. You're right. We're doing the best we can, and yeah.
And yeah, I mean, that is like, this is the difficulty piece, right? And we like, we wanted to make sure that we got this. We made sure we covered this early on to make sure that people understand. If you wanted more information, there's the link to the group. There's also if you want to support, and I just want to make sure that we've got the right information here for his mother's email, because that is the best way to send funds via e-transfer. And just going through there, and you don't know it off by chance, do you? Like, I know it's it's a name, and
well, if you look on the Facebook page itself, you'll see where it's going to go to. So just go to the Facebook page. Any pertinent information like donations and whatnot, they'll go towards Samuel's mom and to the search porters out there. It will be on there.
Right.
The link will be there.
Yeah, and the link is there. I'm just trying to do this a little on the fly here. Yeah, it's because I saw it earlier, and I should have copied the information when I saw it. Of course, you're thinking to just, we can just find that quickly and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
This should have would have loved to have it pinned there. There's the GoFundMe. Okay, so we're looking for that. So here's a link to the GoFundMe, which there's a $20,000 goal. It's at just over 19,000 raised so far, and of course that is something that we want people to understand, that this is just the starting point for the family in the searches. People are donating their time, they're donating items, and you can donate it as well. Again, go to the Facebook page and just put out a message on what is, and usually they have a pinned message of what is needed. But best
I would also
way to do
encourage everybody who's listening to this live or listens to this tomorrow, if you can get to Edmonton, please go to the camp and help out. Everybody matters in this to find this young man and bring him home.
Just absolutely, just the heads up on the with that. Please ensure that you're following the traditional followings of the leadership group there. There is no alcohol, no narcotics. Welcome. There is a fire there that is burning.
Yeah, there's a second fire that's burning right now. That's true, and I appreciate you saying that, because yes, that's something that people need to be very aware of. Is exactly no alcohol, no drugs. If you're under influence, don't go there, because under the wishes of Samuel's mother, go there with good intentions and clear mind, so that we can find them. It would just be a lot better. So no drugs, no alcohol.
And we found the email, so it's alana.joseph87@gmail.com. That's on the stream here. It's in the chat, and we'll add it to the information once our live is done and we're going to post. So if you have any information regarding anything you've heard, please don't contact the group. Please contact the Edmonton City Police and go over with the file number that is posted. Just trying to see if I can read that. The joys of trying to read small writing with an older person is it's not fun. I love technology is just when as soon as you try and do
it's finicky, and it's just like
yep. As soon as you try and do more than one thing, it's it's not going in there. Anyway, we'll have we'll post the EPS number as well after we're done live, and so you can go there. But again, all the information.
Well, I just want to say as well, there was a rally held at Legislator on Saturday to call out EPS and to say we need the search and rescue team out there in the Saskatchewan River in Edmonton to search, to put pressure on them to say, okay, enough's enough. You have been sitting there doing nothing for 3 months. It wasn't until like about a month or two ago that you actually started saying it was deemed suspicious. So put pressure on MLAs in Edmonton and EPS and get it going.
I mean, we have to make sure that, I mean, in this capitalist system, we have to follow all the guidelines in the system. So as much as I am not a pro, you know, I wear the shirt that all curries are beautiful. We all know what that stands for. But we want to ensure that there we go. So there's the EPS file. I can now read it. So it's EPS file 250-466-067, and then the number for the Edmonton City Police is there. So I know there's been notes that have been left. Someone does not want to see these posters up around the city. They keep getting torn down, and
that is something we've been struggling with. That actually is people are going around the city. We don't know who they are, but there are pictures of like even just having his face carved out of the posters. So if you see that, just put another poster on top of it and just keep putting it up.
Yeah. And like I said, you can find the poster on the Facebook page, and you can print it out from home, or take the file to Staples and or any printer that you use, and make sure that you're helping them out, because I know there was thousands of posters originally. They're running out of posters. There's just support needed for Mama Lana and the rest of the family and support team that are there, and share the message. Let's help get this young man. Let's get peace of mind for the family, and let's help bring Samuel home.
Yeah. Also, it's not just strictly to Edmonton as well. If you are in rural areas, like let's say Red Deer or Camrose, Wetaskiwin, or even just in Calgary too, put them up. The more information that we can get out there and anything that can help, awesome. Just do it. Don't be afraid of people being like, well, of course, we know the rhetoric, Darren? We know the rhetoric about Indigenous people. Oh, well, they're just drunk and they're gone. No.
Yeah.
This is a young man. He deserves to, but right now,
14-year-old went to his friend's house.
Yeah, he should be in school right now. He should be in school right now. But he's not.
And the fact is, like, and we still know that people know something. So we're hoping that as well. I mean, of course, we want to find, but all information to bring peace of mind to Alana and the family would be greatly appreciated, and just to bring some sort of peace to the situation, because it's been horrific for the family, been horrific for the community, and we're hoping. I know there was a reach out to Morgan Wallen, his group. He's going to be playing his big concert at Commonwealth this weekend. There were, we know that there's going to be some of the Indigenous families going that have tickets to that, and they're already talking about putting the posters on the back of the signs, and they've reached out to Morgan's management team, and hopefully he can do something big to get the message out at Commonwealth for that big show, and like basically share the message for the 50 to some odd thousand people that are going to be in attendance.
I also want to make it very clear as well, don't do this for clout. Don't do this just because you want to look good. No, this is a young man's life. This is a family. This is an Indigenous family especially. So don't go out there thinking like, oh, well, if I can get my 2 minutes of fame, don't do that. We're trying to get him back home. We're trying to find this young man. So use your discretion, use your brain. We're trying to do this because the Indigenous people are the ones who are actually doing this. EPS is not doing it. They're not contributing. They're dragging their feet in the mud and making it so hard to get resources. So the Indigenous people have been standing up going, you know what, enough's enough, we'll do it ourselves now. If you're not going to do anything, we'll do it ourselves.
Right. And we've heard that too. There's a reach out to Rogers Place and basically the Oiler Entertainment Group, and to put up on their big marquee, either
Mhm.
in the building or outside the building, and they were declined because it has to come from the police. So here's the call out to the police. If you guys want to do even just your half-ass effort like normal, give a call to the folks down at Rogers. Approve this message to go on the billboards, and let's make sure that everyone in the community and in the province and across the country are keeping an eye out
Well,
for
that's another thing too.
animals.
It's nationwide at this point. It's nationwide. We have people coming in from Manitoba, brother. From
Yep.
Manitoba, we got
Yep.
people who actually can find like bodies like this. They're actually coming to help, and like that's huge. Like, we have people going on the rivers now. Even today, you saw on Global News. I don't know if you saw it, but I saw it. People with actual boats going like, "Okay, screw this. We're gonna go out there and find this young man." Like, even though we're hoping for the best, but we were prepared for the worst, they're going out there going like, "We're going up and down the Saskatchewan River.
Yeah.
We're doing it." And the
And,
EPS.
I mean, there's also.
I just want to say, like, to the EPS, like, go fuck yourself. Like, I'm not gonna fucking pussyfoot around anymore. Go fuck yourself. You ain't doing shit. You haven't helped them in the last fucking 3 months now. Are you kidding me? But pardon me, if it was a white person, 100%, it'd be over the fucking news.
Yeah.
There would be teams. There would be dogs. There would be helicopters, drones going out there. But because this is a young Indigenous man, they don't give two shits. And I'm sitting there going like, okay, this is just proves to me as a 33-year-old man going, see, this is what we deal with. When it comes to Indigenous sovereignty and Indigenous peoples, this is exactly what we deal with. They don't care about us. Oh, just one less Indigenous person to deal with. Well, you know what? Go fuck yourself. This is not appropriate. Step up, do your fucking jobs, and like stop being desensitized to what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, I forgive my fucking passion, brother, but seriously, I'm just like, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
We're
Like,
doing our part, and I mean, from our side, I like I said, I commend you and the group, what you guys are doing, and yeah, it has to, like, all hands on deck. Like, enough of this shit about just waiting for the right call or whatever. Like, you're right. If it was a white person, or a famous person, let's be real here. So if someone was a celebrity or a family member of a celebrity, they would have every fucking bit of support out. But because
yep,
it's a missing and murdered Indigenous child, it's just...
well, yeah. Well, let's put it this way, brother. Let's put it this way. What if I disappeared tomorrow? All right. What if I happen to disappear tomorrow? Do you think they give two shits about my life? Even though I have 3 kids, I am doing the best I can. I fight for my people. I fight for equity. I fight for the right things. Do you think they give a shit about me? So if I disappeared, do you think they would even care?
I can't tell you a lot. Well,
yeah, I know. No, well, that's why I'm asking the question. It's a hard question to ask, but like, just ask yourself this simple thing. Like, I'm not asking you personally, Darren. I'm asking the people listening to this podcast. If I asked this, if I disappeared, would they even care? It's like, oh, well, NJ disappeared from the podcast. Oh, okay, well, whatever. He probably went off and blah, blah, blah. And of course, you'd hear, oh, went off and got drunk and got partied up and whatnot. The typical what RCMP will say about Indigenous peoples, right?
Yeah.
Now, nothing against you. I'm just saying, if on the other side, they'd be like, oh my God, you're missing? Oh, we got to find you. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's just really, and again, it goes back to the awkward questions, the hard questions to ask.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you and me. You're clearly white. I'm clearly Indigenous. They would care more about you than they would care about me.
Yeah, just barely. But anyway, that's a different story. That's a different story. If we had a different white guy, maybe they would care a lot more. But for me, no, I speak out against the system too much.
Yeah, but do you understand what I'm saying, though? You understand?
Yeah. I mean, there's no judgment. Like, I am not judged based on the color of my skin in any way, shape, or form. And I totally understand that, and that is my white privilege, and I walk with that every day. And what can I do with my white privilege to better society, right? As opposed to, oh shit, I got white privilege. Let's just make sure that I'm taken care of, and fuck everyone else. I'm not like that. And unfortunately, in this current society that we have, it is just a frustrating. It's just totally frustrating that
It really is.
We shouldn't have these conversations at all for any child. We shouldn't have any conversations about human beings missing or like not being safe. Like, this shouldn't be the conversation we have. Of course, we're having it because we have uncomfortable conversations, but we shouldn't have this. Like, at some point in our society, we need to figure out how the fuck we can, like, have the people that actually care about society taken care of.
Yeah.
And that gets
also, brother, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just got word. There's a compound in Edmonton that's growing right now. They are actually making a compound so that there is more people that can go and actually search.
Okay.
So it just came in on my Facebook. More people are coming to help. So I mean that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I really hope that we can find these people, these pardon my language, these fucking bastards that did this to this young man, took his life away. Like, if we can bring him home, give him peace so he can be with his family, be with the ancestors and be with his people that love him so much.
Yeah.
Like, and then we can find the culprits that fucking did this. And you know what? I really, really wish that we still had the hanging laws, because you know what? Those bastards don't deserve to live for what they did to him.
I am not going to.
I'm not going to touch it with
I'm not. You've got the platform. This is what this is for, right? This is about providing a soapbox.
Yeah, I just want to make it very clear too for people who are listening. I'm not advocating bandage or vigilante. I'm not advocating for that. I'm just saying that. The ones who did this, they should be held accountable.
And there has to be some sort of real justice, not the fucking slap on the wrist and fucking whatever claims that they didn't know what they were doing or whatever the case may be. Like, this has to be a precedent-setting thing, because if we don't set the precedent now, it's just going to continue. And there's no value in a human being when you allow them, regardless of what your feelings are towards anyone, when you're devaluing a human being, you're basically as evil as the corporations that do the same thing.
Yep.
So again, if you have any information, contact the EPS. Numbers there. File is 250-466-067. And make sure that if you want to support, shoot an email, e-transfer to alana.joseph87@gmail.com, or go to their GoFundMe and donate there. So we're going to talk more.
On behalf of the IAA and ISA, as a member, as a co-founder of the ISA, I want to say strictly, we're going out again Thursday to Friday, and then going back on Monday back to Edmonton. So if anybody wants to come join, I would encourage you to do so. More bodies, the better. And hopefully we can figure this shit out, bro.
Right. So we've got our guest, Stuart, from the Albertans United Against Censorship, that's ready to join. So we've got other Indigenous stories. This one's actually good news, which we're not used to sharing on here, and we will we'll talk about that.
Wait, we have good news? Holy crap!
We do have good news. So
Oh shit! All right.
First good news is welcome Stuart to the program. Stuart, welcome to Allegedly in Alberta.
Hello,
Welcome,
hello.
Dante.
Now, I believe in everything that you're saying there. I hate when I hear missing anyone, but missing Indigenous. It burns me too.
Yes,
It's
right. It's a hard thing to freaking talk about, but at the same time, we have to talk about it because it's uncomfortable because people don't want to hear about it. But
yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, and if it makes people uncomfortable, oh well, too bad.
yeah, well, it's almost like suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is our
something
this is
like
what
yeah,
as Indigenous people, this is what we struggle with every fucking day of our lives.
yeah. I'm from Ontario. I grew up very close to a reserve island, and um got along famously with everyone there. And it's like I really can't stand the way that people with their white privilege. And it's like, sorry, no,
Yep.
we're all the same. We there's a spirit that guides everyone. No one is better than anyone else. We have a planet here. We have that we all need to live on. We all need to coexist. We all
Hmm.
need to respect and live with one another. And if anyone feels, that they're better, than anyone else, sorry, doesn't fly.
Precisely, exactly. And I hate when people like push that narrative where it's like,
Yeah,
especially when it comes to again, Darren, no offense. When it comes to white people, it's always like, well, we are the ones who are the most righteous, and we're more important than anybody else who is not white. It's
yeah,
like,
and
what the
that's and
fuck?
that's pure and that's pure bullshit. It really is.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So again, Darren,
Speaking of pure
sorry.
bullshit, the book ban.
Oh yeah,
Great
yeah,
transition.
yeah. The Bortmet. Don't get me started with that nonsense. Um,
Oh,
I
yeah, yeah.
I I
Oh,
I
yeah.
was I was a library trustee for many years, and I heard different things with regard to, libraries aren't relevant. We don't need books. And so I'm sorry. I mean, how do you think people get education? And obviously, I'm going to sound like I'm picking on them, but the current government has no idea. They're trying to cut things off. They're trying to dumb down the populace. That's my interpretation, because they don't want people to know things. They don't want people to read
Oh,
things.
that's so
And
true. That's so true.
and
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just the things that, okay, now they're talking about. I heard something about wanting to ban encyclopedias from school. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, wait. When did that happen? Like, is that recently?
That was very recent, the last day or two.
Are you fucking kidding me? Batting
No,
encyclopedia.
I wish I was. I
Oh,
wish I
fuck.
was kidding. Regardless of, before that part of it, this thing
Mhm.
about, they want to put out a guideline of books that kids should or shouldn't be reading, and yet when you ask them, well, what about, you're pushing, oh, they should read the Bible. No, hey, I'm an ex Sunday school teacher. I have a problem with that.
Mhm.
If you want
Mhm.
religion,
Yep.
go to church. Religion has no place in the school, unless you're going to treat everyone equally, which I know they're not. When it
Mhm.
comes to the spirit and indigenous, anything, it's like, no, you're not doing it the same. You're not doing it universally. So sorry, bite me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
precisely. And also, I gotta say, 'cause I heard like this morning over the radio. I would just listen to the radio because I'm old school that way. I don't listen to online stuff, the radio. And they're
yeah,
like, I swear to the creator, they said in one sentence, like sex 5 to 7 times.
yeah,
Sex. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? These are minors. These are kids.
yeah,
Why are you so focused on sex?
yeah.
Like,
But the thing is, they're
what is your
making
fascination with
they're
it?
the books that they're talking about and making and looking at the band. They say, oh, if there's a mention, it's like, okay, if if you're saying that there is I'll say, for example, a male sex or a female sex, oh, because it
Mhm.
has that word in it, you have to ban that book. It's like, I'm sorry, I missed the relevance there. Why
Right?
why for why for a word Does something get banned? Why for a? And then they're saying, well, we can't have pictures either.
Right?
And it's
Well,
like,
So, well,
you know,
like
I mean,
I'd say that too. Like, why
I'm
would they not ban science books then? Because science talks about like the anatomy of the human body, female and
yeah, well, and they're looking at that one too. They're
are they
talking
serious?
about any books that have pictures of sex, and I mean, my interpretation is, well, and it has to be science books too, because as you quite rightly say, they have anatomy pictures in there. So
Mhm.
where do you draw the line? Where do you say that this one is good or this one is not?
Right? It's so frustrating because, like, goddamn, I'm a father of three. I'm sitting there going like, what the hell? They're just young. They're learning how to do things with this education system, but they're so focused on the sex. Why is it about
Yep.
sex right now? Like,
There
what the
there
fuck?
are other things other than sex. I mean, to me, there are so many. There's nature out there. You know,
Yep.
there's history, and they the UCP again. I'm going to between them and their ideals, the
Yep.
ones down south. They want to change what happened in history. They don't know. Don't tell people what actually happened. Oh, heaven
Mhm.
forbid! No, no, no. We want to have our version of history, and people will learn that.
Exactly.
You
And
know.
they'll whitewash over the fact that the indigenous people resisted here in Canada and the US as well.
Yep.
But again, it just doesn't make any goddamn fucking sense. Pardon my language,
Oh no,
but
that's quite all right. I get it.
it doesn't make any goddamn fucking sense.
Yep.
So you're gonna focus on, like, again, going back to the whole UCP book banning stuff like that. You're gonna focus on sex versus, okay, these people resisted the Canadian government, and we
Yep.
we won. We won.
Yep.
Many of the battles we won, but
And this
that's
is
not important.
yeah, and this is the thing too. Like the UCP want to ignore any Indigenous rights. That's my interpretation of what I
Yeah.
see, what I
Hmm.
hear, and it's like, sorry, you no. These people not only fought for and won their rights. You know they have treaties that say, you know, here is our actually written in stone rights. And the government said, "Oh no! Whatever we decide to do, everyone's going to go along with them." No, that's bullshit. Absolute
No.
bullshit.
Yeah, the treaty says until the river runs dry and the grass dies and the sun fades away.
Yep.
Something
Which ain't happening.
I'm not quoting it properly, but that's
No, but
the
that's it's the gist of it. I get it.
yeah, yeah. So it's just, why the fuck are they trying so goddamn hard to push this narrative when they know they're gonna lose because our people are gonna rise up anyways and be like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Like,
they don't think they're going to lose because and pardon my my play on this one, but they think they're not going to lose because they're white.
mhm.
And the white is right. Like, sorry, okay, my heritage is Scottish. I tend to be somewhat stubborn. I get accused of being stubborn, and it's like, no, I will go to bat. I will fight for anyone's right to exist, to have proper support, proper life, proper everything in this world, because no one is better than anyone else. And if you want to try and cut someone's rights back, sorry again. No, absolutely incorrect. Absolutely wrong.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna pop in real quick here, just to shout out Free Palestine.
Yeah. Hey, I'm
100%.
not going to disagree with that one either. Um,
Yep.
what I'm hearing with how Israel is now looking at vacating or having the Gaza city vacated. Well, no, no, no. They whined after World War II. We have no place. We need a place. Okay, good. We'll split the land with Palestine. You have part. They have part. Everyone's happy. No, they're not happy now. They want to have it all. And it's like, that's just bullshit.
Yeah. Well, that's a topic for another day. But yeah, you know
Yeah,
what I mean. Though, the
100%.
people just keep coming in. Just, oh my creator, I just
Yeah.
With the book
Yeah.
bans, it's like, are you like, why are you trying to silence the younger generation to learn? Because like I learned a lot from books more than I did from, because I was born in foster care.
Yeah.
Well, not born in foster care, but I was
And
taken
I
into
have
foster care.
I have super respect for that.
Mhm.
I have, but and reading. I've grown up being a part of libraries for pretty much 60 years.
Mhm.
When in Ontario, I was part of it. When I came out to Alberta, I was part of it. I was a trustee, and I was like, no, I maintain libraries are important. Kids need the education. They need to be able to read. And who are we, to say what you can and cannot? Now, who can we answer questions, help them with maybe some guidance of things if they don't understand?
Thank
Yeah, let them
you.
ask.
Yes,
Let them
thank you.
ask it.
Thank you. Yes. Like that's what I want with my kids. I'm like, okay, if you have a question reading a book, Daddy, what does this mean? Okay, let me explain it to you.
Yeah,
Then they learn and
yeah.
they understand. Like
And
it's
if you,
not just about like, and it's so disgusting that they keep putting it back to the whole sex fucking context. I'm like,
Well,
yeah,
the thing
what
is
the
about the
fuck?
sex is it's about the 2S community. It's got nothing to do with sex itself. It's got to do with an attack on the 2S LGBTQIA
yes,
plus community. And so I'm showing it right here. We are
Yeah.
rated. We say we're not rated for kids. So if anyone questions this, here's a warning, folks. Unlike the freaking UCP, we don't have censors on the graphic novels that they're talking about that they're censoring, and it is a strategic censoring of 4 books that are done by non-binary or members of the 2S community,
yeah,
and in those graphics there are like the one thing that they were really complaining about, and they're saying about the grooming and all the other shit, is the fact that um, there's a scene or one picture that depicts a young person's um, fantasy about, they call it sex with an older person, and they're saying, oh, it's sex with a minor and all this other stuff. And if we look at the actual graphic itself, it is actually a depiction of Plato. And another, yes, there are erect penises in there, which there are erect penises on statues and artwork around the world.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
you
well,
can't.
let me just come in there real quick with you, brother, because I understand what you're saying. I was talking to my elder's wife today. We were going to fix my car. She said, if you look at all the art in the world, there are acts of love making,
Yeah,
yeah,
like like everywhere. You look at all artwork. If you look at all
yeah,
the beautiful pieces we look at, there are erect penises, there's vaginas, and there's
yeah.
fucking tits there for
yeah,
days.
So this, on the right hand side is what really gets them, is the fact that there is a depiction of someone performing fellatio on a strap on.
yeah,
So it's not a picture of a penis. It's not a picture of an actual fellatio on the penis. It's
yeah,
a fellatio on a strap on um, performance and
yeah,
tool, toy, whatever you want to call it.
yeah,
So that is what they're really focused on. The focus on anything same sex, anything like, and so they blanket it. And what we're seeing here is that yes, Edmonton Public School Board jumped the gun and came out with that list, but the
Well,
words that we were getting.
they did though because they were like, okay, well, you give us the list, so we're gonna do what you asked us to do, and
But
that's
yeah,
the
it's
biggest.
not it's not just that. They were directed to remove certain titles,
yeah,
especially these 4. And the reason why these 4 are so important, because these 4 are the same ones that are the most banned and most controversial books in the United States,
yeah,
and they were picked up by the libs of TikTok and their right-wing
yeah,
religious rhetoric,
yeah,
and that is what the Parents for Child Choice or Education Choice or whatever the bullshit acronym is here in Alberta, that is
Yep.
basically a right-wing arm of the UCP party that is looking to overtake the libraries. They were like, there was a Fifth Estate episode that talked about the Valley View Library, and that there was they're closing the library or whatever because these individuals were with Take Back Alberta, were arguing with it, including the former CFO of Take Back Alberta in Van Hugenbos. And they were upfront with it. They're saying, we don't want this in our town, we don't want this in our community. And then on the other side, when they went into the investigation, they went and had an undercover reporter at one of the training sessions from the Parents for Choice, and they're teaching these parents how to run for school boards and how to run for municipal elections and how to utilize the right-wing propaganda and the rhetoric like this horse shit to get elected. And then you can go and demand that these books and anything that you don't agree with, which is basically anything that's not white Christian, be banned from your schools, banned from the public. And so why I joined the group, and I'm sure, Stuart, you had a very similar thought process, being someone who's worked in libraries for this many years, is they're starting in the schools.
Yeah.
The actual public libraries are next.
Yeah, and I have issue with any of that when someone wants to interfere with libraries and kids having access to information. I mean, I grew up with the idea that, I was very fortunate. My mother pushed information, say, hey, feel free. You need to have information. You need education, and read everything you can. I have my own private library, and it's not some of the stuff you'd find in a regular library, but some of the stuff is, I mean, I wouldn't call it graphic novels, but it's like, it's here. I enjoy it. And if my friends, if they ever want to read the stuff, yeah, go ahead. That's fine. There's nothing that people can't see. There's nothing that is restricted or anything else. I like the idea of something I heard George Carlin once say. He said, I would sooner have my kids watch something about two people in love, making love, than two people trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, any of the violent stuff is not being blocked. I mean, like, how much violence is just in the Bible itself?
That's the thing too, is like they would prefer to promote war and like people like cutting each other up and shooting each other, et cetera, et cetera. That's fine. But when it comes to actually reproduction, they don't care about that. They're like, okay, no, we have to dumb it down. We have to dumb it down. We have to hide it. And it's like, okay, but we're all, like, all of us, we're all biologically, we're all human. That's what happens. Like, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that's just our nature, right? Because we all want love. We all want to be appreciated.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to the
and some of their other ideals, I mean, dumbing it down, I mean, I know this is more in the States where women should be barefoot, pregnant, and in the kitchen, period. And it's like, I have never heard so much bullshit when it comes to something like that. It's like,
exactly.
No, you want to take education away because you do not want people to understand and be able to think critically for themselves and look and analyze things and say, hey, we want to know this stuff. We want education. We want to know where we came from, what's going on, and look at things. How can we think better about things? How can we make everything better for everyone, not just for a select few?
Yeah, and Indigenous culture here, like my wife's Nook, I'm Cree. We have a system where it's like we work together. She's like, it's not that white fucking story where it's like, okay, the wife stays in the kitchen. No, if I can cook, I will cook. If I need to clean, I'll clean. If I do laundry, I'll do laundry. I'm a man. I'm a cis male. I will do it. I have no problems. I can sew. I
I
can do
get that,
whatever.
and I go along with that. I mean, my girlfriend and I too. We both
Yep,
cook, we both clean, we both. It's like everything is shared. We are partners in this life, you know,
exactly. It's a
and
balance. You work
you know,
together to do that, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and like sometimes, if I get out of line, she'll put me on line, and be like, "Hey, babe, you're just being kind of a dick right now." I'm like, "Oh, my
yeah,
apologies." Okay,
I found
okay,
that one too.
right? But that's how it
Yeah,
should be, you know.
yeah.
And like going back with this whole book banning situation and the stuff, why the heck? Like, how are they expected to teach social studies to our youth? Because you look at the
They will
Pantheon.
have new guidelines from the government.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but well, I'm just saying, like if you
Yeah,
look at the pantheons, like because there's a Greek study section, and the
yeah,
Greeks have no shame. They're like, okay, we have penises hanging out, you got tits hanging out, whatever.
yeah,
So how are you gonna are you gonna actually obliterate the Greek history from social studies
Yes.
yeah. No
or
kidding.
anything else?
Yes.
Right?
That automatically you're going to get with the new curriculum, and they play this game. Oh, everyone's voted for this, or we've had citizens make this choice, and it's just been a propaganda push since
It's
they
it's
released
propaganda.
it.
Like, prove it. Show me where
and
it's coming
and
from.
so
Yeah.
when you're looking at it, it is all religious rhetoric, and if it's not religious rhetoric, it's political rhetoric.
Yeah,
So they're taking the social studies and they're making it into, let's make these the young Republicans, let's make these young MAGA, and start it in grade 7. So in grade 7 curriculum, you're now going to learn how to run for political parties in the province.
yeah,
So already they're trying to get these, like, indoctrinate our children when they're talking about, oh, you brainwash and you're indoctrinating our children with the
yeah.
drag queens
And
and
it's
all
so
this
much.
other
Oh,
stuff.
and the drag queen. Oh,
Oh yeah,
kidding
yeah.
me.
Oh my gosh,
Give
yeah.
me a break on that one.
So
Yeah, well,
this is
I'm just
all
saying,
they.
well, I just want to say just really quickly, just they're trying to erase what we learned as youngins, like all three of us. I can't speak for all three of you, but for myself, I learned a lot. Like I learned a lot of historical, you know, beautiful art and stuff like that from the past.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, okay, well, shut up, sit down. We're gonna take that away from you because now you need to follow the political line.
Well,
Well,
and
I mean,
it's
yeah.
not
I
only
mean,
that, it's the whitewashed history that they want to continue to perpetrate.
yeah,
Like the shit that we learned, like I'm sure, Stuart, you had a very similar stuff where you learned about the discoverers and the explorers, that these
yeah,
guys were heroes,
yeah.
not that
And
these guys were savages that killed
yeah.
people to steal the land.
Well, I mean, many years back, just a quick little side story. In
Mhm.
Ontario, up in the Barrie area, north of Lake Simcoe, there is a fort that was there that was founded by the Jesuit fathers, and was the Iroquois helped build it, and the Iroquois got so pissed off that they slaughtered the Jesuit priests in this. Fort. And I mean, when I was taken through in school, and they, oh, here's, it was, they were so evil and so bad, they killed these Jesuit priests, and I'm listening to, like, I was at least able to be a critical thinker. I say, what actually happened? Why were they so pissed off about this? And it's like, oh yeah,
Thank
because
you.
the Jesuit
Yeah,
priests were pushing, like, you don't have a creator, we have a God, you need to follow our God, and if you don't want to follow our God, then you're nothing but
thank you.
heathen. And it's like, okay, now I understand why these Iroquois were so pissed off. And I'm sorry, I think, yeah, good for you guys. You got rid of the oppressors. And I
Yeah,
know some of
and
my
then
classmates,
oh.
when I'm
Whew.
going on about that, some of my classmates are like, "What are you talking about? That's like, that's just blasphemy." It's like, no, this is what happened. Listen, here's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
You guys aren't obvious. You're not hearing the same thing I'm hearing. I'm hearing that these priests mistreated these indigenous people, and they had enough, and they said, "Look, no, screw off. You're done."
You see, and that's the story that is the main rhetoric across all of Canada and even in the U.S. We always rebelled when we were treated horribly, and
Yeah,
just like you said, like when it came to the Métis Rebellion or the Cree Rebellion against the Canadian government here in Canada, same thing. We had enough. We had enough.
Yeah.
And just add to it as well. Do you know why they made schools? Because if they help the children of the warriors who are ready to fight, they can say we can kill them in an instant.
Yeah.
And that's why we didn't fight back, because we couldn't. Because they would kill our next generation.
Yeah, and
that's horrible. And what you're saying.
Yeah, and it wasn't until I was much older that I mean, and I grew up with some of the stuff around me, but I never heard until I was in later years about the schools, the residential schools. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, what the fuck were we doing to these people?
Yep.
You know, I was, like people, oh, well, this, they were just savages, blah. It's like, no. We treated these people like shit. And you guys are happy about it? No.
Well, and the worst part about that is the fact that Canada's got this whitewashed, maple wash is what I'll use.
Yeah, maple wash, yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of, everyone thinks that we're kind and we're nice and we're this mosaic of people and whatever the fuck bullshit propaganda they're using. The fact that the residential school system was built in Canada. It was the Canadian government that started the residential school program, which then was picked up by the United States, and they took it down to Oklahoma and moved the Indigenous out of Oklahoma and Texas, where all the oil was, and made sure that they got the oil rights. So it's like, we can be proud Canadians. We're #1 at residential school creation.
Yeah,
we are the epitome of creation of residential schools.
Yeah. Well, the tricky part too is people say, oh well, it was 100 years ago. Like, no, like I myself, I'm a survivor. My mom went to school, so did my dad. My dad, bless his soul, he passed away. I am the first generation outside of residential school. I'm the first one, and I don't care who will dispute it. I am the first one, along with my twin sister. We are the first ones not being sent to schools. Unfortunately, we went to foster care, and that's a new residential school system.
Yeah. And I mean, and when I found out that the last residential school finally closed in 1996, it's like, holy crap, man! Like that's people say, oh, that's a long time ago. No, it's not. That is very.
No, it's
recent.
not. It's
that
like
is
the
so recent. It's not
same
even
time
funny.
as like when we're looking at the pictures are in color. Like that's the other fucking trick that propaganda has done. Like when we're looking at stuff, like when we look at pictures of the civil rights movement, what do they normally are? They're in black and white.
Yeah, black and white.
It was color. There was color pictures at that time because if you look at the magazines, like Time fucking had MLK on the cover in color. So when we're looking at it, they make it in black and white, so you look like it was like 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, because they want to make it look like ancient history.
Yeah. And when it comes down to like when it comes down to this like public book banning stuff too as well, I think that's what they're trying to do is be like, okay, look, it's all black and white, it's in the past, don't worry about it. Which is fucking retarded. Pardon my language. That's probably really.
Oh no!
That one's a little. No R word. We apologize for the R word. We won't use that.
Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, my apologies. I'm really heated, and I'm just like, okay.
And I get that too.
The big thing with the book ban, it's not necessarily because that's the whole thing. They backtracked when Margaret Atwood came out and argued for the Handmaid's Tale and things like that. What people need to realize is when it was brought up that is it Ayn Rand? Yeah. So in one of those books that Danielle Smith, the Premier of Alberta, touts as should be mandatory freaking teaching in high schools, there is a celebratory rape scene in that book.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck? That's so fucked up.
And because it deals with capitalism and free market enterprise and the capitalist system, they say it promotes the goodness of our business.
And that's
anything that has to do with the R word, the other R word that's being used, because I'll probably get so we'll go SA used in
Yeah.
there. Because yeah, I'm sure I'm going to get a fucking strike by YouTube for that one for using that term. Anyway,
Yeah.
if they are celebrating that, but they're going to ignore that, that's very similar to the Cheeto in the South. That the fact that he did all this shit. Oh, but he's also done this stuff, which has been good for the economy. That's all we care about.
He's done nothing for the
Of
economy.
course he's done nothing.
He's been a fucking joke the entire fucking time. And Danielle Smith, like, what's her name? Marlena Smith? What's her name again?
Marlena. Her actual name is Marlena Danielle Smith.
Marlena Danielle Smith. She's ruining the fucking province. Like, she's ruining the fact that nobody can get education. And it goes even into Ish, but we'll talk about it later on.
That's another topic. I mean, and one thing I'd kind of like to interject is I have to get going here shortly. But I mean, with the book thing, one of the things that I look at with books, if those the old phrase, and it's so true, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Well, if you don't have anything to reference from the past, you're not even going to be able to you're going to repeat it because you've got no other option.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that goes back to Nazi Germany. Like when they're comparing going through, well, what happened in Nazi Germany? Well, there was no past experience like
they got rid of everything
to actually look back at and go, oh, we should have learned from that. But they didn't have that because of the book burnings and all the bannings and all that shit.
They got rid of all that.
UCP are trying to do here in the province. So anyone who's listening or watching, wake the fuck up, because you can't just sit here and pretend, oh, well, if we vote this particular party in, it's going to get different. Or if we do this, it's going to be different. It's not going to be different. We are in a fascist state. It is being built to be a military state. And if we don't be careful, it's going to become a martial state. And then we're totally fucked.
We're screwed. I mean, and we can't, I mean, and people say, oh, if I just ignore it, it'll go away. No, it won't fucking go away. This is not going away. If people do not speak up, if they do not act, if they do not acknowledge what the hell is going on, we are in deep trouble.
Yeah.
And
well, see, and here's where I get really heated. It's because, number one, history will repeat itself with people who don't learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And right now we're seeing it right now with the book bannings, stuff like that. It's going to repeat itself because they're going to tell the youth to be like, okay, well, just listen to us. And then just like Nazi Germany.
Yeah, we know best.
It's going to go to a cycle.
Yeah. And gentlemen, it's been a slice. I must be on. I have other things. Thank you very much for everyone's time and for listening to my words.
Thank you, Stuart, for joining us.
We hope you'll soon.
I'll be back again. Thank you.
Awesome.
Have a good night.
Right. You too. Bye-bye.
So that was Stuart from the Albertans United Against Censorship on Facebook. The link is in the description. And of course, I wanted to have Stuart on to talk about, because I could talk about it. I'm part of the group. I've been very transparent about that. But I wanted to get another great insight there. Having someone who's from, let's go the boomer generation, as I'm from Gen X, having a boomer join us and have the same thought process that we have was a very refreshing moment on the show.
Oh, Darrin, honestly, that was really good because I needed that myself personally. That was...
well, again, like I said, we have good news, and we're going to keep sharing the good news. So looking at what coming out in the news and information from the Indigenous peoples.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. So yesterday at 5:23, the Blackfoot Confederacy chiefs oppose AFN, reaffirm the treaty authority. So the chiefs of the Blackfoot Confederacy have released a statement affirming that the 1877 Blackfoot Treaty recognizes their sovereignty and jurisdiction. These rights are not negotiable and cannot be transferred to outside organizations. The chief stated that only individual treaty First Nations have the authority to make decisions on Blackfoot lands. No organization, including the Assembly of First Nations, may speak or act on behalf of the Blackfoot people without their consent. Infrastructure projects in Blackfoot territory must be led by the Blackfoot Confederacy, grounded in their governance systems and guided by free, prior, and informed consent. The chief said that relying on the AFN to make decisions affecting Blackfoot lands undermines their authority. So you can find that right on the blackfootconfederacy.ca. And there, my friend, is one more nation standing up against the bootlicking provided leadership from some of the members of the AFN.
Oh, brother, I love hearing that, brother. Every time you tell me this news, I'm just sitting there going like, yes.
And we're seeing more and more of that. Your own, we got the update from your own Treaty 6. We had Chief Littlejohn. That's correct, right?
Well, is it? What does it say?
Let's just go and go back and read here. That's because it was the members there that that met with federal. So whoever, there it is. Yep. So yesterday, 10 hours ago, from the Confederacy of Treaty 6 First Nations. So we know all about our brothers and sisters there. They met with Minister Bill Mastey, Minister of Indigenous Services Canada, to discuss key priorities, including Bill C-5, Housing and Child and Family Services. Dialogue will continue to ensure the voices of Treaty Number 6 First Nations are heard and respected. So we have the own chiefs so Chief Wilton Littlechild for Maskwacis himself was there, and a number of individuals were represented, and it was good to see that. I'm just going to share this here so you can see it as well, because I'm looking at it and everyone's like, what the hell are you looking at, my friend? So we'll share my screen so you can see that. And there is a beautiful photo of the group there that met with the minister from Ottawa. And so conversations are happening between Treaty Number 6 leadership, not just the AFN, and the government. So good news from the local Treaty 6, good news from the Blackfoot Nation, and the best news came today in the province of British Columbia. And this one I wanted to share because this one was amazing. BC Supreme Court rules the Haida Nation has sovereignty over Haida-Gwaii.
That's awesome.
Premier David Eby, Haida Nation Council President, and Minister of Indigenous Relations and Reconciliation Mary Rankin, and Haida Nation Council Vice President signed the Rising Tide Haida Title Lands Agreement. In this agreement, an unprecedented ruling came down from Justice Christopher Gaishi on Friday that grants complete sovereignty for the Haida Nation over the terrestrial areas of Haida-Gwaii. The Haida application was supported by Canada and the province based on agreements with the Haida Nation made last year. So officially, this is going to piss off the right. We know it. You know it. It is precedent here. So the month of September, we had the Haida Nation getting their sovereignty over that.
Hey, brother, it's called Haida.
Sorry, the Haida Nation.
There you go.
Right. Yes, the Haida Nation. Apologies. And the Cowichan Nation got the property in the Abbotsford region of British Columbia.
Well, those are big wins, though. And also, on top of that, too, just make it very clear, the white people that are on the lands now are going to start having a kerfuffle, and I think it's going to turn to a next Oka. Because they think, well, we were here and we settled here, and the nations are going like, actually, get the fuck out for our land, and they're gonna try and be like, the white people are gonna be like, well, I was here for such generations. Like, no, you weren't. You just stole our land.
Share that right there. So here is a person, you know him by Bruce Party, connected to the Preston Manning Foundation and the Canada Strong and Free Network. And of course, he's writing for study for the Fraser Institute, which we all know is a pile of crap. And this is what he called on August 26th. So knowing the actual judgment was going to come in favor of the Haida First Nations.
All right, well, I just want to just jump in real quick. Okay, so property rights. Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
No. There's no such thing as property rights on Indigenous territory. So they got their land back. You need to fucking leave.
But this is, we need to calm down a bit here. I'm going to pull you back.
All right, no worries. I am the angry Indigenous person, so I get it.
That's
okay.
I'll pull back. I'm angry Dad Canada. I totally hear ya. But this is what people need to understand. This is why, like I said, we're providing information. We're doing uncomfortable conversations. So I want people to understand what the propaganda machine is putting out. So when we're seeing it from actual newspapers that were under black press that are covering this as a win for the Haida Nation, it's going to be undemocratic and indeterminate and colonial occupation. And they're basically calling the Indigenous land back to the Haida Nation as colonial occupation. Now, if that isn't the most oxymoron idea coming from white privileged piece of shit Bruce Party, I don't know what is. And it goes back to the 2007 United Nations General Assembly adopting the UNDRIP that says Indigenous people have the right to the lands, territories, and resources which they've traditionally owned, occupied, or otherwise used or acquired. So these ass clowns that are popping up the propaganda machine for the right, they're claiming that, with the Cowichan group especially, that they did not own that land, that they only went there to fish in the summers. So,
okay. Well, let me just jump in real quick here too. Okay, so they say we don't own the land. We didn't own the land. We always worked over the land, right?
Exactly. Caretakers, right?
Yeah. So how are these white settlers, these white people, again, I'm making it very fucking clear, these white settlers, what right do they have to be like, well, I was here? It's like, we've been here for like 10,000 years, and it's been proven that we've been here for a lot longer. It's like, all right, well, get the fuck up our land. Like, go away.
And this is what I just highlighted. The private property guarantee is hollow. Private land ownership is incompatible with the Aboriginal title. And that is 100% true. Because private ownership does not exist with Indigenous land back. There's no such thing as private land ownership.
Yeah, and you're going to hear in the next fucking couple of months or even the next year, a bunch of white people whining, complaining, well, why do we have to give up our territory? Because this is what we bought. And it's like, actually, no, you didn't buy anything. You just bought through the Canadian government, or you just stole the land and just said, oh, this is our land now.
Yeah, this isn't anything to do with the treaties, or like they basically had a colonial. They're claiming some bullshit thing that happened in the 1900s.
And again, going, look at Oka. When we defended our lands out in Oka, it's gonna be the same thing in BC now. The white man's gonna be like, well, I was here, I'm not going to give it. And they'll have guns and bullets. And of course, we show up to be like, get the fuck off the territory. They're going to be like, oh my God, they're threatening us. It's going to be a same goddamn cycle.
The difference, though, the biggest difference is the Canadian government is behind the Haida Nation. So,
I'm saying, is a different person
with Oka, there was a difference in the agreement.
no,
There's a
no. What
different.
I'm saying, but like, just hear me out. What I'm saying is, I'm seeing at this point, it's going to be white people having guns, shooting indigenous people because they want the land back. But that if they shoot indigenous people, they're going to be like, oh well, it was justified because they wanted the territory or the property. I'm going like, actually, this is
Okay,
how to
so
acquire territory.
so hold on before we start
Okay.
to
Yeah. No.
imagine civil war.
No. I'm not imagining civil war. I'm just saying
No, but I'm just saying here, like this is the opportunity. Like I don't believe in
yeah.
any government. I don't trust any government at all. But this,
Mhm.
for anyone here listening, watching that is an NDP, liberal, Mark Carney supporter, this is where the rubber meets the road. So if what happened in Oka happens to the Haida Nation because the federal government doesn't do a fucking thing and allows white supremacists to kill indigenous people, there's going to be a fucking revolution. I'm telling that right now. Because people like myself and others, Stuart, others that are fucking with the white privilege aren't going to stand around and watch this shit happen. So
Wait,
that's the difference.
wait, hold on. So you're saying you're going to stand and watch it happen, or you're actually going to like stand on the front lines and protect?
We're not going to watch. We're not going to stand by and watch it happen. That's my exact words.
Okay.
We're not going to stand by and watch this happen because this is not how you stand up for our fellow citizens, right? So we're talking about when we're looking here in Alberta, when we're looking at Indigenous sovereignty supersedes separatism, we know the separatists are going to use that same fucking playbook. They already did. They already did with the farmer fucking murdering the two hunters.
Yeah.
Like you already have that in there. So right now with the federal government and Mark Carney on fucking shaky ground because fucking Trudeau didn't do enough and fought indigenous people, Carney has the opportunity to actually make change. If he does not make that change, there will be a revolt. Because that just means he's another lying sack of shit politician like the rest of them. So that's what I'm saying to you.
I'm also hearing, Darren, I'm also hearing from people from BC, like what you're talking about. They're actually worried about it spilling into Alberta. So it turns into not just white people trying to take back the land from the Haida, even though they have the right to do so. Then it will spill into Alberta because it's going to be the
who has the right to do so?
It's going to be the white person in Alberta.
Yes, okay, but go back. Who has the right to do so, and the right to do what?
Okay, so let's go back here a bit. Okay, so the Haida are allowed to protect their lands.
Yes, 100%. The white people, it is their land. Yeah. There's not protecting the land. It is their land. It is legally their land.
They're going to push out the white people, but the white people are going to be angry because they're like, well, I spent like 10 or 100 millions of dollars on this land. It's like, get the fuck out of this land. And they're going to push them towards Alberta. And of course, Alberta with dealing with what's her name? Marlene. What's her name again?
Marlene.
Yeah, Marlena. There we go. Marlena Smith. She's going to be like, oh, look. They're oppressing the white people. We need to fucking do more. And then they're going to get emboldened, and more of my people are going to be missing here in Alberta.
Okay, so hold on before we again.
Okay.
This is an awfulization here in this system, in the current thing that we're looking at. Like this is like historic decisions made in BC. So they're making these decisions that the indigenous people, that is their land. This is the whole concept of land back. When we're talking about land back, that is land back in practice. Am I right?
In practice? Well, now it's happening actually in real time.
Right. So in practice would be like, this is actual land back. This isn't just us talking about land back. This is an actual example of land back. Yeah.
And it's pushing towards us, which I love, because I'm like, you know what?
I don't understand what the. Okay,
sorry, go ahead.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
You're pushing. You're getting to. You're going to the fighting place. What is pushing what? Because right now, the white people on Haida Nation have no authority.
Yes, but they will always
I understand.
Oh
I
yeah,
understand what could happen. However, according to our laws, if we're going by Canadian laws and what has been
okay. What white person ever followed the law though? Honestly, let's just answer. Let's just answer the question.
Then we have chaos. This is what we're talking about here.
Let's just talk about, like, for example, Oka. The white man got the upper hand because they got the military involved and they got the government involved.
But
right?
that was because there was no agreement with the Oka was a different situation. Not that I didn't support the Oka warriors, but it was a different situation because they did not have federal agreements. They did not have there was no discussion, there was no land, but there was no reconciliation at the time. No.
The land was actually, it was sacred land. It was spoken about.
I understand that, but when we're looking at laws in the country, that land was.
Yeah, but the laws you're talking about, though, it doesn't make sense because the laws that you're talking about doesn't even benefit any Indigenous peoples.
Right, but you're talking about the same fucking land. They're the same laws. This is the problem here. So you're saying that they're not going to go with the laws. You're saying the same thing with Oka because we weren't following the laws don't matter. So if we're going to survive in society, we have to come up with some sort of solution that works for the greater good. So what I'm looking at now is this is unprecedented from a white perspective. I understand the anger. I understand the you can't trust it.
Well,
I don't trust it either.
It's the hesitation. It's the hesitation. It's the fear because we've always been fucked over when it comes to these so-called amazing deals. We always get fucked over. So forgive me for being especially going like, okay, I am very nervous about this. I don't know if I can believe this. I can spit farther than I can trust what the hell's going on. Right?
Okay. But how do we get to a point? Like we all want.
How do we get to a point then? Like,
so this is my question here: is the fact that if this is the olive branch, if this is the first and second steps towards true land back, how do we get it that it's actually accepted as land back? Because right now you're like, oh, I don't trust it and whatever, which is fine. You can have those feelings. But we can't just say, like, this is going to piss off the people that are on the fence of why are we doing land back? Okay, I understand that there is generational trauma and all these sort of things that have happened over the years.
Yes, but the same way you have to understand, though, like, when it comes to that kind of conversation, you got to understand, like, okay, how can I just, pardon my language, nothing against you, Darrin, nothing against you. It's to everyone else. Shut the fuck up and listen.
But so you have to. So I'm just going to say right now, you have to do that yourself because right now is not a time to. Right now, and I'm saying it as a person looking out for your best interest. Now's not a time to say we're going to fight because what that does, that gives the opportunity for the white people that you're worried about to claim that you provoked them.
Yes, but see right there. That's where I have the hardest time understanding is because we've always resisted. We've always been peaceful. But at what point?
I'm not talking about peaceful. I'm talking about allowing something to actually like this. I'm saying this is fucking important. This is a test. If this does not go the way it should go, then it is fucking anarchy, and then it is going to be a revolution. It's going to be a civil war. Like, pick your side, whatever.
Well, again, I'm just saying, brother. Like, you're talking to an Indigenous person.
I understand that, but you're going and saying that we're just at war. So
we've been at war since time.
I'm not fighting for everything, but. I'm saying, like, not from me. I'm saying from the person that's not going to give you the time of day. The people that we have to convince that have the money, who have the power, whatever, how do we get them to understand that the land back is legit? This is where we have to be. We can't.
Okay,
we can't
so
sit there.
let's switch the narrative then. Let's switch on the fact that, okay, fine. If our brothers and sisters to the west, they have this win, then how can we help them to make sure that it spreads across the country? Because if they won, we can win here in Alberta.
Well, the only way you win here in Alberta is by having a different government.
See,
Because
well, that's the tricky part, though, because NDPs.
There's no way in fuck you're going to get anything from the UCP.
I'm just saying, NDPs won't do shit. UCP are just gonna harm us. Yeah, conservatives won't give two fucks. Like Alberta is just like, basically, it's like we're done in World War I. It's a fucking messy, fucking muddy field. Bombs going off left, right, and center, and it's
okay. So,
correct.
But you're not wrong. But the problem is we just keep fucking talking that this is just a disaster and not actually take steps to fucking take it back.
Okay, so what would you like to suggest then going forward? Because I would love to hear that.
The first suggestion here is October 27th. Tell everyone to mark that on their fucking calendar, because October 27th should be the last day for signatures for the Forever Canadian campaign. I am calling out the Forever Canadian group to all congregate on the ledge, lawn, and in the area of the Alberta legislature, because October 27th is the first day back in the ledge for Premier Marlena Danielle Smith and the UCP government. So we have to be en masse to show this UCP government that we are not going to take their shit anymore, and make sure that they know that there's voices here that they can't just fucking ignore. This is the censorship.
Yeah, Darrin, I agree with you on that, and I stand with you, Darrin. And yes, please go out there and sign those petitions and show Marlene Smith that her time is done.
The problem with this is, so this is the last thing on that petition, though. I want people to truly understand. So if you hate me and you hate the Indigenous and whatever, you're watching this, you're hate watching, take some critical thinking here. Ignore that, whatever your fucking real feelings are that you hide and pretend. Anyway, point being, this petition is to get a question put on a referendum so you have a vote to stay or go in Alberta. This is not a petition to keep Alberta in Canada. There is a lot of rhetoric that says that this is you're signing to keep Alberta in Canada. No, you are signing this to have this question added to a referendum given by the UCP government. So what you're signing, if you are against Alberta staying in Canada, you are signing yes for this question to be added to a referendum, and then you can say no on the referendum. If we are in a democratic system, this is the only way we move forward. Don't wait for another question. Don't wait for the question to be asked in your way. It doesn't fucking matter. It's the same question. This one makes sense. Do you want Alberta to stay in Canada, yes or no? But you first have to say yes, so this question has enough signatures that it qualifies to be added to an actual registered referendum.
Yep, fair point.
And so people don't understand that. People think this is just Thomas Lukaszik's question and it's all come from the NDP and it's all left and it's not left or right, it's a fucking question. It's just a question worded so people understand. So if you think you want to leave the province of Alberta from Canada, then you still have to sign this petition, because right now it's the only question that has been legally registered with Elections Alberta. Right now,
just to make it very clear as well, when you're doing this, remember that you're in Treaty 6 and 7 territory. you are on Indigenous land. Just because if you feel like, oh well, Marlena's, Marlena, yeah, Marlena Danielle Smith is like, well, I have the best interest of you. No, she doesn't. And also, if you try to secede from Canada, you will have multiple nations of Indigenous people looking at you going like, get the fuck out. Like my own tribe removed the Alberta flag.
Again, we're going to pull back from, because we're not trying to, we're trying to come in and get the 300,000 signatures needed.
Okay,
what comes out after, once the referendum's up, then we can have.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Did I say something wrong? My apologies.
Yeah, because you're arguing about that if they want to secede or they want to separate, that they're going to be in basically treasonous, which is true, but it has to go through the democratic process to actually go into a referendum before that can be voted on. So everything that's happening right now is just fucking one mouth yapping at another mouth. So it doesn't matter what side you're coming from the Forever Canadian side or from the Alberta Prosperity Project side. You're arguing about the wrong thing. This isn't about a nothing burger. Don't listen to the bullshit. Don't fucking give any money to people that say we have to wait for our own question, because your question is going to be tied up in law and in the courts for a while. So if you want to vote to either stay in Canada or leave Canada, you need to sign this petition, because it's the only one that the signature counts. And if we don't get the 300,000, that means that the referendum cannot be called, which means that you still cannot vote to separate or stay.
Darrin, can you ask the Indigenous peoples to go vote as well to stay in Canada? Like, yes, my people, we do not want to be part of Canada. Yeah, we have allegiance to Canada dating back even before World War One.
So again, you're not voting for anything. You're signing to have this question added to a referendum. That's what the wording means.
Can you please make it clear for my Indigenous peoples what we're signing for? Just so that they're
a question that has been registered and approved by Elections Alberta for a potential referendum vote, which would mean that the vote would be a province-wide. Anyone who is an eligible voter here in the province of Alberta would get a chance to vote to either stay in Alberta or stay in Canada, or not have Alberta stay in Canada. It doesn't make the decision. It's just the vote. It's just a way for you to have your one vote, one voice sort of thing.
And as far as I can tell, it's resisting the separatist rhetoric, correct?
It is, but the separatist rhetoric doesn't matter. This is the thing. The separatist rhetoric is just more propaganda. The separatist rhetoric is just them trying to gain more money. Them going and doing, it's like Danielle Marlena Smith going and doing all the Alberta Next panels to get her votes and whatever, get the public's support, is just a smokescreen. The Alberta Prosperity Project is just a smokescreen. The Alberta Separatists are just a smokescreen, because until an actual question has been counted with 300,000 signatures or more, nothing gets done in this province. So we'll continue to hear the rhetoric from the separatists if this question does not go through. So this will eliminate the bullshit threats of the government and the separatists that we're going to take the nation and we're going to do whatever. Because until this is voted on in a referendum, and even then, it'll have to go to the Crown. You can't, it's not going to be a quick, oh, these people voted to whatever. And by my calculations, and they can prove me wrong, that if you went to a vote, it would not win.
Mm-hmm.
If you went to a vote, if you got the signature or got enough signatures to put this question on a referendum, and the referendum was, should Alberta stay in Canada, that percentage would be higher than the ones that want Alberta to leave Canada.
All right,
So
sounds
if
good.
we have that referendum,
well, I'm hoping that by the indigenous population we can help you guys out, because I actually I really am just so sick and tired of Albertans and Daniel Smith being like, all right, well, we're going to separate anyways. I'm like sitting there going like, all right, well, you're sitting on Treaty 6 land, and then you go to Treaty 7 land, and then you bounce around. It's like, okay, hold on.
Again, it's not Albertans. It's a sector of Alberta residents. And the majority of them that we see are transplants from Ontario.
Mm.
So when you look at the Pepe Le Pew and his fucking vote to steal another seat and get paid to do nothing and be the current leader of the Conservative Party of Canada, having his fucking Battle River seat, there's others that have come from, like, the UCP are notorious for shifting members and supporters from one province to another. So they'll leave here, they'll go to BC, or they'll go to Ontario, work for Conservatives there, work for oil and gas and all this other shit, and then they'll come back here, and then they'll go back, and whatever. So you don't have true Albertans don't want to separate, because if they actually are from Alberta and have been born and raised, and they're not the only first generation or third generation or whatever are the Indigenous Albertans. There's no such thing as a white multi-generational Albertan, because Alberta did not exist, and the people here, your Indigenous brothers and sisters in Treaty 6, 7, 8, and 10, were here before Alberta became a province.
Yeah, that's fair.
So the argument is, and this is why I just wanted to clear it up, is the fact that you're not voting. This is not a vote. This is a signature. This is for registered voters. It doesn't matter if you want to separate or don't want to separate. Everyone needs to sign this petition so the question goes to a referendum. If we don't have that, then we're still in limbo, and we're still arguing about who should separate and what would be better for the people. And it's just a waste of fucking time and money, and the politicians just reap the rewards. So if you're a citizen that actually cares about staying or leaving Canada, sign the petition before October 28th.
Yep.
So that's the thing, because there's a lot of misinformation there, and like you said, the separatists or whatever, the separatists are just blowing hot air. They can argue with me and whatever. It's all propaganda. It's all a way to grift. They're all trying to collect the money from right-wing religious freedom fighting fuck waffles, and there's enough people in this province that are not using critical thinking that are funding these idiots, and we need to stop it. Like, we need to have actual conversations that are going to save the province and make sure our water isn't stolen by the Cheeto to the south, and make sure that there isn't just an open insurrection from the borders that will be unsecured. That's my worry. I'm not worried about white patriarchy bullshit pushing Indigenous from BC into Alberta. I'm worried about the freaking lunatic fringe that we're all part of the insurrection.
I've been listening to you talk the entire time, but I have not spoken to an Indigenous person this entire time. Can I have some time to talk?
All right, go.
All right. So, I'm worried because, number one, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm worried about my people. I don't know about these things that have come on my feed, like with BC. They finally got their freedom, right? I feel like we're being silenced no matter what, even when it comes to podcasts. because you try to bring up stuff that's important, but we're always spoken. I'm just overwhelmed right now. Of course, chime in, please.
No, I'm not saying anything. Go ahead. You've got the floor.
No. It's a give and take. So I like when you and I talk together. So ask me a question that I can answer it. I just feel like I have been able to actually talk about what's going on.
So tell me what's going on, because we're talking here, and the conversation that you were having is stuff that is not happening yet. Like, I understand fear, I understand that, but
it's frustrating. There we go. Thank you so much. Thank you. I like this. I like this. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I'm nervous because I don't know if I can speak up as an Indigenous person on White podcast. Nothing against you, but I'm nervous because like when I try to speak, it feels like I can't bring it out, and I'm nervous.
I hear you.
Okay, well that's good. It's just I'm just so frustrated. I'm sick and tired of what's going on with this whole colonial system going on. I appreciate what we've talked about tonight. It's just a lot. I'm like, when can I talk about from an Indigenous perspective?
So you've been talking from an Indigenous perspective the entire time.
Yeah, I feel like I have to listen.
Okay, so like I'm listening now. So what do you want to talk about?
I am so excited right now because I have a lot to talk about. All right. So, oh crap. I'm having a freaking brain fart. Sorry to those who are listening to us right now. Sorry. Yeah, no, like I have a lot to talk about. It's just been in my brain. I apologize. Darrin, give me a question.
What question you want me to ask you? Like I'm sorry. Like we're having the conversation. We're trying to educate people here.
Okay,
So
okay. Good. Let's go to the education part then. Good. Let's go from there.
Okay.
Okay, so ask me a question. I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. So when it comes to the Haudenosaunee and the people of BC, and also the people that here are fighting here in Alberta, we what is it? We're uncomfortable because we don't know if our actions are going to be perceived as aggressive against the federal government. Like, look at Alden No More.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, we are doing the best we can to educate our youngins, and we're seeing everything that's going on. Okay, no. My apologies to everyone who's listening. I just had a brain fart. My apologies. Darrin, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm sitting here going, I think we should call it, because we've been up for 90 minutes, and give you a chance to come up with, be able to have your points and have that set.
Well, the thing is, I like what you're talking about. So, just continue what you're talking about. Just to end, because we're at an hour and 39 minutes now. Let's go back and forth with the conversation that you're talking about.
Well, the conversation is the fact that people need to understand, like, there's a lot of misinformation in regards to the Forever Canadian campaign. So when
Okay,
you're
yep. No, that's
so
when.
when you're talking about, and I'm trying to help educate and get just to have people understand that this is not a vote, or the signatures are important, but it's not what people are being presented. And it's even guilty of the Forever Canadian people themselves, of the way things are worded. And it is very convoluted. And if you aren't, as someone who has registered, like can take signatures and have registered as a political third-party advertiser that has done the groundwork and learning of different aspects from Elections Alberta, my expertise, I wish people would listen more for what my experience has been. And I'm not saying it's coming from an Indigenous side or whatever. It's talking about how we can fight with actual tools against this system. Because when we're just looking at,
if we go to the next chat, then can you talk about the tools that would be able to help us work together as a unison?
well, the one tool that we have that no one wants to utilize is the third-party advertiser status.
Okay, so what? Can you explain more about that?
So the third-party advertiser status is the registered entity in this province. So you cannot do any sort of major messaging, any sort of raising any money, or like selling any merch or anything up to $1,000. Once you hit $1,000 minimum, then you have to register as a political or electoral third-party advertiser in the province. When you have anything that is to do with electoral or political messaging or initiatives or whatever in the province. And not enough people understand that doing those things. The other thing is what the advantage is to that is the fact that through the fundraisers, everything is transparent. It's not like we're hiding money in a bank or anything like that. So when I launched the Accountability Alliance was to help be able to fundraise for initiatives. And so we're looking at October 27th as an example. We're going to have to raise money to have equipment and we're talking about like electronic equipment, like a speaker, like some sort of amplification.
What's happening on the 27th?
What's that?
Can you explain what's going to happen on the 27th?
No.
Oh, okay. So, never mind. So,
because that's the mistake that other people have been making, is they do everything publicly.
Oh, okay.
And then the government can watch and go, oh, that's when you're going to happen. Okay. We'll make sure that we have.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just telling people October 27th, prepare.
Okay. Fair enough.
More will what, like yourself and others that are in the organization internally and whatever, will have different discussions, but publicly we're not saying this on the podcast, or this isn't about teaching. It's like the art of war. It's not about teaching the enemy what you're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I understand.
The enemy itself is not like, and this is what people need to understand. The enemy is not the separatists. The separatists have really shitty actions, and I don't agree with their crap, but I'm not attacking them as human beings. The enemy is the system. The enemy is the oligarchs. The enemy is the elite. So when we're looking at it, we look at it from a worker perspective, that if you are working class, which means that you agree that you pay your bills, you pay your taxes, you just want to live your life and whatever, that's working class. And that's where we all have to come together. So like we're looking at the Indigenous side and the white side and whatever sides, that's how we come together. Because if we separate and want to go after these elitists and the oligarchs and the robber barons, they can just take us out because we don't have the numbers. The numbers need to be big. When we're looking at And mainstream media is not covering any of this. So you wouldn't see this on CNN or MSNBC or even Fox News, but millions upon millions of people were in Washington, D.C. and in cities around the United States protesting President 45, 47. But no mainstream media is covering that.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on my TikTok as well and my Facebook. Yeah, like it's all over like these other social medias, but when it comes to news, yeah, I ain't seen shit. Pardon my language. I ain't seen shit.
That language is fine. Like I said, the R word is the only one that we had to come back.
Oh yeah, but that was again. Any listeners, my apologies. That was on me. I'm sorry. My apologies.
That showed ableist behavior, and then when we're looking at our rules in the Sovereignty Network as well as the Indigenous Alliance, don't be trash. Transphobic, racist, ableist, sexist, or homophobic. Yeah.
So again, my apologies to everyone. But yeah, you're right. I have been seeing over TikTok and Facebook where you can see crowds, like millions of people marching. But you look at the mainstream media, there's nothing. It's like, oh, we're watching this car get booped. It's like, are you kidding me? Are you
even here in the province, they will under-report the numbers.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So if it is like the convoy or any of the freedom events, they have thousands upon thousands of people with their rights and freedoms being attacked.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
We have our people, and I'm not saying our people, I'm just saying people that actually care about citizens, and they have a event. Oh, it's hundreds of people. Even though you can look at it and see 2,000 people.
Oh yeah.
They count, it's hundreds of people, not thousands of people. So the media is already skewed. Like if anyone thinks the mainstream media is center or left, you're wrong. The mainstream media is right.
Yep.
And when we're looking at right,
I can agree with that because I've seen it myself. Yep. Even with protests I've like undertaken back in my day. Yeah, no. It's always like, well, when it's white supremacists or white people rallies, it's like, oh, there's thousands and thousands. When it comes to BIPOC people, there's only like hundreds or tens of people.
Unless you have something like the BLM movement and the George Floyd events, then they couldn't miscount because you couldn't see the streets because there's so many people.
Yeah, and they can't lie because there's no way because it's over social media. Like
so that's the thing that we're looking at right now. When I say October 27th, that's what we need. We need to have, like when Edmonton had their first BLM rally and 10,000 people showed up. That's what we need on the ledge on October 27th.
Sounds good, brother.
That's why I'm calling out Forever Canadian people tonight to register yourself to get signatures because the deadline is the 28th. So you're 1 day away from deadline, and then we can all hand in our affidavits and all those sort of things. And it would really be a benefit for the organizers. But if we could have a quarter of our 4,000 signatures at the ledge, there's your first 1,000 people. And then we can calculate from there. So that's what I'm telling people. I want people to come.
Okay.
I want people to show up at the legislature, welcome Marlena Daniel-Smith back to work. First time she's back to work this year, and ensure that our premier and the government and the opposition know that the citizens are here. We're going to be here for a bit. And what you're doing now is utter bullshit, and we're not going to watch you do it anymore.
Exactly.
So, apologies, NJ, for getting heated. I think we both.
Oh, no. Well, that's the whole point about us having these hard conversations.
Yeah.
We can get it heated, and we discuss it out. We talk, and obviously, I really want people who watch us talk is the fact that we can get heated, but we also know how to work together and bring it down, and then come to understand it. And I think
it's hard
Go
for
ahead.
us because both of us have the neurotypical, or we're not neurotypical. So that is the hard part of trying not to interrupt our guests and trying not to interrupt each other and step over each other and interrupt each other. Like, that's the hardest part. So the listening piece, that's not my strong suit. I admit it wholeheartedly. The yelling piece and over talking people, oh yeah, I'm guilty of that. That is one of my biggest sins that I will commit every podcast. But if my overstepping or my talking over you made you feel like that I was muting you or taking away the Indigenous voice that you bring to the table, I apologize. That is never my purpose or my goal with this. My goal with this is to not only collaborate, but to, like I said, the soapbox is yours. The struggle I have is I'm a guy who can just go off the cuff.
Yeah.
I have talking points in my head 24/7.
Well,
So
I gotta say, like, when it comes to us having disagreements, that's the whole point of this conversation is having disagreements. We get into a scuffle.
And if it gets more viewers, I'm for it. If you like us arguing, hey, there you go.
And number one, like, I'm not against Darrin. It's just a matter of we have a difference of opinion and we talk about it. And if we get into each other's like earpieces, it's like, all right, you know what? We're gonna talk about it. And but also for the followers as well, we don't hate each other. We actually want to learn. And myself, I want to learn from Darrin. So if I messed up, then I would like to learn from Darrin when he says, okay, bro, you kind of messed up there. It's like, okay, thank you so much.
Not messed up, but it's just, like you said, it's the pullback, right? Because I know, and I'm coming to you like the big brother. Like I've got ears on you. There's no changing that. There's changing. I'll never be Indigenous because, like, there's no pretending in me. But I have this. I am the senior member of the team. I've had the experience. I have the life experience, and a lot of it is shitty trauma. So I want to be able to share my experience and how my errors in moving forward to.
Well, also the fact that you actually listen to me as well. You're like, okay, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up and just listen.
Yeah,
I like that.
I mean, sometimes I'm not going to be happy about it, but I will just listen, and you'll hear it in my voice. It's just like, okay, fine, fuck it, you talk. I'm going to stand here,
and then we keep going forward because we have more stuff to talk about. So I mean, just everyone knows Darrin. He's a cool dude. Awesome. Go follow him, please. He's on Facebook. He has his own podcast.
Oh, so hey, you don't have to follow me. I don't need to be the star. You follow the Indigenous Alliance.
Just fucking accept it.
No, just listen. Buy our merch. If you want to love me and show me love, buy my merch. Buy the merch that supports our legal fund because we're going to need it. Because conversations like this are going to stir up the enemies very, very quickly. And we're going to need a legal fund. So I'm begging you people, please, we've got Indigenous Alliance merch. We've got the stuff for the Alberta against censorship. I've got a Chapel Roan thing about Saskatchewan. Like, there's some cool designs on there. I'm proud of everything that I put out because if I'm not proud, I pull the fucking thing because it looks like shit. And like, really, like, people need to understand, like, this is not about me trying to, I mean, yes, it's about me trying to survive. Like, I cannot get employed in this province at all. And I can't qualify for any sort of disability.
Yeah.
All my stuff has been rejected.
Brother, real quick, I just want to say as well, but between Darrin and myself, we are going to be your crazy ass freaking podcasters. We're going to fight once in a while. We're going to have bickering, but that's the whole point of this thing is because we talk about the hardest situation, and he is hilarious as hell, and he will call me my shit, and I'll call him on his shit too. So you know what? Welcome to our podcast.
And buy our merch.
Yes, exactly. Buy our merch.
abpoly.ca. Buy our merch. Anyway, I think that's enough. People say that I do too many sales things. That is my one of many things that I've done in my life is sales. So we maybe have a conversation of all the things that we've done in our lives, because I know we'd shock a lot of people when we tell them exactly how many jobs or what we've done throughout our lives. So maybe that'll be one of the laid back special editions that we do.
Wait. That should be one of our not our first podcast in the month. We should make, you know what, end of the month we should just sit down there and just have some tea and coffee and just talk about it.
We can do that.
That sounds pretty good.
Okay. So we'll do that end of this month, and then the beginning of next month it'll be open for.
Yes, exactly. By the way, yes. For anyone who wants to join us in conversation, please do let Darrin or myself know. It's open forum. We are not here. We're not prejudiced, anything at all. We just want to have people just talk about what's going on, the frustrations, and let us know what your thoughts are. That'd be great. And just keep the conversation going.
Exactly. And while the conversation is going, remember alana.joseph87@gmail.com or Alana.
Oh, yes. For anybody listening as well, please go. If you're in Edmonton, if you have the time, please go join the ground searches and the water searches. If you can't, please spread awareness for Samuel. Let's get this young man back home, please. Hi.
Exactly. So from Treaty 6 here in Central Alberta, I'm Darrin Thompson.
My name is NJ, and I am Samson Cree Nation, Treaty 6, and I hope to see you guys soon.
We'll see you later.
This has been Allegedly in Alberta. Authorized by Alberta Accountability Alliance, abpolyca@gmail.com.